Hello, welcome to another live stream of Master Investor. Glad to be here again on another valuable talk on money, business, and investor. My name is Jose. I'm the founder of the company and brand. Welcome back. If you're an existing subscriber, if you're new, make sure to subscribe and turn on the notification so that you know when we go live or upload a valuable video that will change your finances forever. It's all about knowing how to utilize the new rules of money, right? Because money has evolved. So new rules of money emerge. The old rules of money are obsolete. We need to adopt those rules so that we can play the game of money with the right rules. Otherwise, you'll be struggling the rest of your life working hard for money, something that we shouldn't be working for. We should only be working to build passive income. And that is how we master thriving through our asset column and by building true wealth, which means that we are focusing on building passive income. That's where true wealth comes from, because wealth is measured in time. It's not measured in dollars. It's how free we are. How much freedom do we have, right? Do we have control over our time? A lot of people have money, but they have no control over their time. They have to show up somewhere to clock in and clock out, okay? Regardless of how much money they may have in the bank, that means nothing if they have no freedom. Now, and some people do hate their job, believe it or not, and they still go to work just to have that high-paying check, but doesn't give them freedom. So in reality, it's financial education what gives us the keys to total freedom, because without financial education, even when you have money, you can't make money. And if you do, it's through gambling, trading, not through real investing. True investing comes from financial education, from knowing exactly how to build an asset and how to acquire one, even using other people's money. Because we have a saying here, only uneducated investors uses their own capital to invest. When you have financial education, we use our capital, but we also use OPM to acquire assets. And OPM, other people's money, comes from loans, right? Credit cards, etc. Any type of loan that we can get, any borrow money. And we're going to utilize that to invest in an asset. And even before we have that money in our hands or request the money, we already have an asset that is put together and that we can show. Why are we going to request that money, and where is it going to be working hard to create more money for the investors and everybody else involved, right? That would be good debt, because it's paying the debt back and it's also making us money. So what is our bottom line? What is the cash flow? Understanding the lingo of money is also very important. That's why here in our community, we're going to learn new words about money on a daily basis. We're going to cover the basics of business and entrepreneurship. I believe that we all have an entrepreneurship spirit within us. Some of them are dormant because of work and listening to the wrong data or having the wrong belief system about money. So we're going to update those who are still operating with the old software of money, okay? And it can be just like this, that fast, okay? You need to start understanding how to approach money with the wealthy mindset, because not only is our mindset, but the time that we put into things, that's how we become wealthy. Like, where is our time going? Because we do have to do things to become wealthy, and those things need to be orchestrated every single day in our lives so that we can accomplish them. Otherwise, nobody's going to do it for us, and you're going to be working for the rest of your life for money if you don't figure out how to make money while we're sleeping. And we can only do that through marketing, meaning that we're doing sales through a system. Here at Master Investor, we show you how to get systems together, how to put them together to build passive income and capital gains income. We show you which systems we are using, right? We want to be 100% authentic with all of our members in our community so that we can all empower each other. We will never sell an investment to you. We will never sell you or tell you where to invest your money. The only place where we recommend everyone in our community to invest is in ourselves, is in you. Self-development, leadership skills, seminars, mentors, coaches, whether it's through our products here at Master Investor or many other communities out there that are aligned with the wealthy core values. So there are great people out there teaching about money. Not everybody's great, but just make sure you choose them wisely. And hopefully, Master Investor, one of your top 5 that you can go to, because we are keeping it 100% raw with the ultra wealthy mindset. In other words, everything that we get here is aligned with the ultra wealthy mindset. We don't care. We put it down on products. We literally have created a bridge from the poor to the wealthy mindset, and we're going to teach you the principles, the values, the behaviors, the way of using money, debt that the wealthy uses so that they build more wealth. And we're going to mimic exactly that so that we can create the results that we want in regards to money, so that we can have freedom. Because once we master money, once money is our slave, once we know how to make money work hard for us, because the ultra wealthy do not work for money. Otherwise, we have no time to make money. If we're working hard for money at a job, we have to work hard to build passive income. And that means that we're going to be spending time on our asset column. And when we build the business, we're going to practice work on our business, never in our business, which is a very big difference, right? There are 2 ways to go about it. Either you're an employee of your own business. That means that you have your own job, which a lot of people on the left side of the cash flow circle as a self-employee, that's what they run into. They have a small practice. They have to show up to see the clients. If they don't show up, they don't make money. However, those people can expand their practices if they implement systems and they stop being such a control freaks about their work. If they allow other specialists to join their practices, their practice, so that they can expand and they can liberate themselves from the day-to-day operations. And maybe they can create more products that can solve millions of people's problems in that niche, whatever they're doing. It could be an accountant, it could be attorney, it could be a dentist, it could be a self-employed, whatever it is that you're doing. Maybe you're cleaning cars, you have a car wash, maybe you're cleaning houses, or whatever it is. Maybe you turn that into a real business with systems. If you have to be there all the time, then that means you're just on a job and you don't have a boss. So if you're driving Uber, then that means that you're self-employed. You're not a business owner yet. Okay? You have to make money without you working, and then that makes you a business or makes you an investor. Now you figure out how to make money without you having to be there physically to make money. And you can do that through systems online. And really, it's the only way that we can build true wealth is by having systems, understanding the difference between sales and marketing. We talked about it this week, right? And we did an article specifically on that, because a lot of people that get started online, they think that it has to be a hard sell. It never has to be a hard sell. Think about it. When we go to the store and we go and purchase a drink or whatever we're looking for, we already know it's not a hard sell. I already know what I'm going to go get. So nobody's there telling me, hey, buy this. You need to get this. And I don't really need it, right? I'm going there because, number one, I decided to go there. I already know what I'm going to get. So it's an easy sell. Now, is there anybody out in their company there? No. They have a system. They're using the gas stations. They're using grocery stores. They're using marketing systems to deliver this to me. And they're probably located somewhere in a different state, you see? So the power of a brand is important. And the way we can create a brand, not just a company, is by protecting that brand, protecting something of that company that is unique, that is original, something that no one else can take from us. None of the competitors can use what we're doing, okay? So you need to build business integrity in a company and have intrinsic value. That's when you have something protected, where there is a logo that is protected, it's trademark, is registered, maybe there's a patent, maybe there's an intellectual property, etc., right? All of these things matter when we turn in a company into a brand. And I want all of our community members here at Master Investor, that since we're building true leaders, wealth entrepreneurs, and master investors, we have to strive to be the best of the best, meaning that we are building brands. We're not just acquiring companies. And we want those businesses eventually to buy us more businesses. And we want them to be brands, not just a business. That way they can be here forever and create true wealth to us, because the longer we maintain an asset to produce passive income for us, that means that adds into our true wealth. That means that we don't have to ever work for money to pay any of our bills, and anything that we ever want, we can acquire for free. And what I mean by free is that we know how to build an asset. We know how to invest money to make more money. So we can acquire an asset, acquire an investment, right? Invest some money into an investment operation to acquire whatever liability we want, whatever item we want. We don't have to work hard for it. Yeah, we put in the time to put the deal together. But then once it's done, that asset will pay for that liability. And that's the way the ultra wealthy do everything. So you have to start thinking, do you think that they really pay for things? No, the ultra wealthy, we position ourselves to obtain everything for free. So learning how to live without a paycheck is one step of entrepreneurship, because if you're coming from the left side of the cash flow circle to the right side of the cash flow circle, meaning you're transitioning from either an employee or self-employed to a business owner and inside investor, that means that you have to learn how to use systems, learn how to live without a paycheck, because we're going to thrive with the passive income and capital gains income that is coming from our asset column. And one of the hardest things people run into is living without a paycheck, because they're so used to that paycheck. And once their savings runs out, they start panicking and they start running back to looking for a job. And then they go back to the rat race. You see, more money or getting a high-paying job is not going to solve the financial problems. What really solves one's financial problem is the commitment to study everyday financial education, to adopt something new regarding business. And it's something that never ends. That's why I have to say every day, because even the wealthiest people on earth, they're still reading. And one of the things that you ask them about if they could have a superpower, they will tell you, most of them, if they could read faster, right? Because the more we learn about other people's mistakes, the more wise we become, the better we are, the more words we have under our belt, meaning that we can use them at any given point on any conversation. We can control the conversation. Words are the most powerful tools humans have ever created. Bringing the good and bad news of money, the business principles that work in all economies. Our mission here at Master Investors is to elevate the financial well-being of humanity through high-quality financial education. Made simple, we look at opportunities to build passive income and true wealth. Chat, hopefully in the next months, we'll be working with top celebrities, top entrepreneurs here. And we will be adding assets into our digital courses. We're going to create interviews with them, explaining and shining light on each topic that we have. So if we choose, let's say, how to build cash flow with the internet, we're going to grab people that are having success online, creating passive income, monetizing their passions, whether they did it through streaming, they have a YouTube following, they're going live every day, they have videos that are making the money through advertising, etc. Whatever, if they have a business online, they have an e-commerce, we're going to interview them and we're going to get them to give us golden nuggets. And these interviews will only be exclusive for our digital courses. In other words, they're not going to be published publicly on YouTube, not on their YouTube and not on our YouTube. It's going to be a private video. So it will be an asset to this digital course, or whichever digital course we're going to obtain at Master Investor, right? Because we have 3 ebooks right now and they all have a digital course with it. The 10 new rules of money, how to build cash flow with the internet, turn passive income on, and how to invest in crypto to build wealth, understanding Bitcoin and blockchain. You're going to learn so much about creating wealth that it's going to give you so much inspiration. At the end of the day, it's going to inspire you to become the best version and understand that we all have the same possibility to create wealth. You don't have to come from a rich family. You don't have to start with the best connections, right? This is a connection right here because all of my network now is connected to you. Master Investor Network is your network now, right? So we're all a big community here around the world, adding our little piece of sand to the Master Investors brand through knowledge. We focus on investing for passive income because that's how we build true wealth. Once we get passive income, capital gains income will come because we'll have excess of cash flow that we have to allocate in different asset classes. And those asset classes might only bring capital gains income. But we focus on passive income primarily. Okay, it takes a higher level of financial education. And that's what we're talking about on our channel here at Master Investor every single day. The more we talk about money, the wealthier we'll become. The more language, the more vocabulary we know about business, the better we can control and negotiate in any given time. Okay, and ABC, always be close, and every person could be a partner. They know somebody that could be a client, that could be a partner of ours. We can create a win-win relationship, right? It's all about being authentic and bringing value to the table. Never go to the table empty-handed. Always come in with something of value. And that's how you win friends and you win other people in your team, because you provide value to them. You make their life better. Become an asset to other people. Don't be somebody that just takes. It's okay to learn from other people, right? And receive when they give. And if they give you a compliment, accept it, right? It's feedback. Don't get too happy either, because it's just feedback. Get to work, focus on whatever is good, that you're doing great, right? Whatever is working for you, focus on that. Double down on that. Become greater at that, right? And provide value to other people. Come out with solutions. Come out with win-win relationships. Don't be stingy in any given relationship. Make sure that it's all a win-win and it's transparent, right? Because that's how we build long-lasting relationships. Remember, Master Investors connected with the best people in the United States and around the world. We have the best network here at Master Investor, okay? And you're going to learn more about us as we move forward. Okay, so today we're going to be talking about building wealth by investing time wisely. Make sure you click the link in the description if you want to join, or whenever you're ready to start building wealth online, then go ahead and join our digital course, How to Build Cash Flow with the Internet, Turn Passive Income On. It has 49 chapters, 580 pages long. It's going to give you the history of money, how to build wealth successfully, how to create systems, right? How to acquire them, because they're already created for us. We don't need to create them. All we need to do is use them into our advantage. That's what we got to do. And then once we have that, then we can understand the different levels of investors, the different categories, the difference between an asset and a liability, the difference between facts and opinions when it comes to investing, how to measure a return on investment, understanding the formula of velocity of cash flow, how to print money from thin air like the wealthy do, using debt, and how to minimize taxes as much as possible to zero legally, and how to win in any type of market by applying the business principles that work in all economies. The ebook alone is priceless. And as we grow that digital course, because we are adding more assets, like I mentioned, the price will go up, of course. And so you will always be grandfathered in to any other asset that we add in there for no additional cost. So get in right now, because it's a great offer, it's a great deal, it's a win-win, and it's going to go up in value 100%, right? Because the more assets we add in there, it's going to go up. And it's a vivid course, so it's going to get updated, and you're always going to have access to anything that we add in there. And also, we will have special events throughout the year, once a year, or maybe, I don't know exactly how many times we're going to have them, but these events will only be for the members of a certain course. So if you have that course, then you can access those events that are exclusive for those members. And we're going to have, of course, great seminars and great productive talks while we are at those events. Okay, everything's going to be catered to build our wealth, to build freedom. We're not going to be selling investments or any of that. Everybody must understand we take responsibility for our investments. We're not going to tell anybody how to invest your money. We're going to give financial education, products that helps us understand how to build our asset column, and software systems and networks that we can utilize to build wealth and create passive income, and do it fast, because we're doing it slow, then we're not having the right information. Remember what I told you, we have tools and the artificial intelligence to become wealthy fast, to tap into wealth immediately. So there's no reason for you to get wealthy slow. If you're doing it that way, it's because you want to do it and you have the wrong information. Okay, you want to make sure that you tap into sales fast. How to position yourself in the world with systems that will create passive income and capital gains income. All right. So make sure you share the broadcast. If you have any questions, I'm watching the chat here on my phone. So listen, if you have any feedback, make sure to let me know. Okay. I appreciate you being here, investing time in your financial education. One of the things that we are going to cover today is how to invest our time wisely, because one of the main differences between the wealthy and the poor is the way we invest time. So in order to create total freedom, what do we need to do? Focus on investing our time where it needs to be in order to build wealth. A lot of people don't understand that. And I cannot stress enough how important is to wait a minute. Is to why my camera? The camera's not working, guys. Oh yeah, it's not working. Oh. All right, let me fix this. This whole time the camera is not working. Okay. Let me fix this here. Oh, oh, there it is. I got it fixed. All right. Now you can see me. Okay. I just checked my phone and I was able to see it. All right. Well, next time let me know, guys. Okay, so I know. Let me see. Can you see me now? All right. So I was saying a lot of people don't understand the power of building freedom, right? And understanding how to have wealth successfully on our lives, how to build, how to position ourselves with systems. Today, we're going to learn how to do all of that by thinking and by not only thinking, but acting like the wealthy do, right? It's very important that we start being the person that we want to be. And it's not about faking it till you make it. It has nothing to do with that. It has to do with actually being committed to the person that we see ourselves being in the future. And we're copying that ideal scene, regardless of what everybody else is seeing right now. We care about what we see in our minds, and they cannot see that. And we have to represent that in the real world. So we need to manifest that and align ourselves with actions that are going to get us closer to where we need to go, okay? And make sure that you stay consistent in whatever we're doing, right? Sometimes it's better to look at it day by day. So have a 24-hour plan. Every 24 hours, we have a plan. So before we go to sleep, we're going to sleep smarter than we were yesterday because we have read something new. We have learned a new word. We have learned leadership skills. We have done self-development, right? We're consuming good data. We're listening to good podcasts. We're working out. We're working on our health, etc. And we're also focusing on actively investing, on turning our capital into passive income, on how we can create digital assets, how we can launch our first successful business online. How can we really get to the next level? How can we apply the business principles that work in all economies to capitalize on our talents? A lot of people are wasting their dreams, their talents, because they're chasing a job. They're chasing a high-paying job. I encourage you to say yes to your dreams, to say yes to the things that you have that other people don't have. You have something special inside of you, and we all do. We all have some skill, something that must be extracted from us and expressed through the world, through art, right? Through systems. And we can monetize that because now we have platforms, we have social media, we have so many websites that we can utilize to monetize our voice, our talents, our knowledge. We live in the information age. Information is king. Everything is digital. Organized information is the next thing, because since there's so much information in the world that we have access to, we can also waste a lot of time on the wrong information. So when we have experienced, organized information, then it becomes gold and we can monetize that. So think about the areas in which you are an expert in. You have some knowledge more profound than anybody else in a certain niche. We can either create tutorials, recipes, right? Our ebooks, no content books, maybe journals to people to write inside, to take notes in, calendars. Use your creativity. You have print on demand, you have drop shipping, you have ways that you can utilize without touching the product, without having a big storage. You don't need to have a lot of money to get started building your successful business online at all. You can start with zero money. In fact, it does not take money to make money. It takes financial education. Once we have financial education, you can raise capital, because the job number one of an entrepreneur is to raise capital. And the number one skill is to sell without selling, using systems and smart marketing. And the job number one of a master investor is to make money work hard through sound investing. And we got to combine those two: raise capital, put it to work. Business owner and entrepreneur raises capital, investor puts it to work. You see? And so we built a reputation that we know how to make money work hard. And so the banks, private lenders, and other people, they start to see us as an authority. They start to believe in us. Some people, they have low faith. They have no faith at all. So they need to see it before they believe it. And it's okay. I always encourage you to practice your faith. It's important to believe in the unseen, because that's how you manifest your best version. Because the best version of you cannot be seen yet. You can only manifest it. So having faith is important, but don't expect everyone to be like we are. Okay. And I'm going to be doing a podcast as well. So let me do that right now, actually. I do a podcast every single day, and I will show you here on a live stream how to do it. So you can start your own podcast, and it's super simple to do. In fact, I should be recording everything that I'm saying, even through a live stream. But I'm going to turn it right now before I dive into today's article, so that we can capture that also for the audience on our podcast. You'll hear me do a little introduction. Let me get this ready. I'll take it. I'm going to drink something, and then I'm going to dive into that. 1 second. All right, so here we go. All right. And also, I want you to think that when we start building a business, to think of the business as something away from us. You cannot put yourself in the business. Otherwise, you become attached to the business, and you cannot get free up from the business. You want to have freedom at all times. Okay, let me turn this on. I'm going to start recording right now. You'll hear me do a little introduction. Okay. Hello, welcome to another podcast of Master Investor. Glad to be here again on another talk on money, business, and investment. My name is Jose. I'm the founder of the company and brand here at Master Investor. Welcome back if you're an existing partner. And if you're new, make sure to follow us here and other social media platforms. Click the link in the description to join our inner circle, one of our ebooks and digital courses, how to build cash flow with the internet, turn passive income on. Whenever you're ready to start building the asset column with guidance and ease, then this ebook is for you. It comes with additional assets when you get it from our website. You can also find our ebooks on Amazon if you like to read them on Kindle, but you're not going to have additional assets over there. If you go to our website, you'll have more assets, and you'll be grandfathered in for any additional asset that we add into that digital course. The price will go up, but you will never have to pay an additional cost on that specific course to access any other asset that we add in there. So welcome to our community. Our mission is to elevate the financial well-being of humanity through high-quality financial education made simple. We're looking for opportunities to build passive income and true wealth. Today, we're going to be talking about building wealth by investing time wisely. You know that we always talk about the difference between the wealthy and the poor mindset, because it comes down to the way we approach money, the way we think about money that makes us wealthy. How do we make our money? And one of the main difference between the wealthy and the poor is the way we spend time. Today, I want to shine light into the main points on how to spend time wisely so that we build true wealth. And remember that wealth is measured in time, not necessarily in dollars. Why? Because wealth is about how much time can we go without working and still be able to thrive with the lifestyle that we desire and that we want. Okay? And that is our wealth number, right? And a lot of people cannot go 3 months without working or without their savings because it runs out. And so that's our wealth number. So it's measured in time, not necessarily in dollars. And a lot of people have money in their bank, but they're not free. You see, so we cannot say that money gives you freedom. What gives us freedom is the way we make our money and the way we operate in the realm of money. In other words, which side of the cash flow circle are we in? On the left side, on the right side. Remember, 4 players. On the left side, you'll find the employee and the self-employed people. On the right side of the cash flow circle, you'll find the business owner and the inside investor. We want to be on the right side of the cash flow circle because that's where wealth is built. That's where true freedom is built. If you want to achieve total freedom, where you have control over your time, you have leverage, you have the ultimate decision on what to do with your assets because you are controlling them with your companies. You see, here at Master Investor, we will never sell an investment. I'll tell you where to invest your money. That's up to each member of our community to decide because we just have the financial education to make those decisions. We want to make everybody aware of what opportunities are in front of us, tools, resources, networks that we can use to build our asset column successfully and with speed. If you're not making passive income and capital gains income quickly, then we're doing it wrong. Remember that, because now we have the ability to sell worldwide to billions of people with one click. And we don't even need to touch the product. We don't even need to create or even purchase a product ourselves before we sell it. We can have print on demand, which means once an order gets placed, that's when the product gets printed and gets created. So it depends on what type of product, what type of niche we want to go into. But what I can tell you is that there's a product for any type of niche right now that you can start selling, regardless of whether it's your own product or not. You don't have to create the product. You don't have to build the company yourself at the beginning. You can use other people's products and partner up through their affiliate program that they have. Majority of companies today have an affiliate program where they pay you residual income every time the subscription gets paid. And if it's a one-time payment, then you get that commission. And as long as that client continues to purchase from that company, whether it's later on down the year, later on down the week, maybe they upgraded to a new product, you will always be linked to that person. So the most important thing is that we start building our networks, because if we truly want to become wealthy and free, we need to have networks. That means that we need to have an email autoresponder which collects emails for us and names of potential leads or potential buyers or potential customers that we can do business with. Okay. And it could be also entrepreneurs that are wanting to do business with us. Maybe we want to go into a venture together. Remember that business and investing is a team sport. Bringing you the good and bad news of money, the business principles that work in all economies. If you have any questions, make sure you drop it below. And also join us on our live stream on YouTube if you're hearing this on our podcast, because we're doing a live stream every single day and we're showing additional content for our members to take advantage and start building passive income today with the tools and resources that we're using inside of our community to build wealth. The wealthy people make money work for us rather than us working for money like majority of the population do. Invest our time when we have no money. We suggest everyone to protect and nurture our time every day. In other words, if you have no money because you're starting out and you want to become wealthy in your own way, you don't have to make millions of dollars to call yourself wealthy, okay? What we mean about financial freedom and having true wealth is that you have total freedom, meaning that you don't have to work to pay for your bills. So if your lifestyle is $10,000, and let's say we have assets that create $15,000 a month for the next 50 years. So that's your wealth number, right? You can live for the next 50 years, $15,000 a month. as long as inflation doesn't continue to rise, which it will, because it's going to cost more money to buy more things. But 15,000 should do good if that's your lifestyle that you desire. You see, you don't have to make millions of dollars to have wealth and call yourself a master investor, because as long as you're not working at a job and you're still able to live successfully and be healthy and thrive and be able to achieve your dreams, then you're a master investor. You have the threes. Number one, financial education. Number two, financial experience. Number three, excess of cash flow. So invest our time when we have no money in the right places, right? Focus our time and energy on the asset column. People typically don't have the time to invest. Why? Because they believe that working longer hours and harder will increase their wealth. There's no way that this is not the case. Look at the information here. It is projected that the average American will work 12 and a half hours a year around by January 2023. At least half of American workers, 66%, work remotely. 72% of Americans had used less than half of their paid time off, according to a July 2022 report. Even though 56% of Americans said they were already burnt out, 65% of them agreed that they really needed a vacation from work. In addition, while salaries climbed by only roughly 4.5%, the U.S. inflation rate reached a new high in June 2022, packing at 9.1%. Evidently, working harder does not equate to earning more or having more freedom. Remember, we have to use inflation and hyperinflation to our advantage, because we understand it's going to continue to rise. Why? Because money is created with debt. And what does that mean? Well, that the economy works by printing money. So savers are losers. Why? Because money is created with debt. So if the government prints money, then you and I can print money legally too by utilizing debt. Asking the bank for money the right way and asking other people the right way for money, and the banks and credit cards and so forth. Any type of debt that we can get our hands on, we're going to invest it. And who cares about the interest rates as long as the business or whatever we're acquiring as an asset is going to pay for those interest rates. You just have to crunch the numbers, read the financial statements, and being able to tell whether whatever we're going to invest that on is going to be an asset or it's going to be a liability and it's going to lose the entire capital, which we're not doing that. That's why we're doubling down on our financial education. The tale of the wealthy versus the poor. One type of mindset, the poor believes in hard work as a means of making money. The wealthy mindset believes in investing for passive income. The more we understand the cash flow triangle, which has 8 elements: mission, it has mission, right? At the bottom, it has team, leadership, cash flow, communications, systems, legal, and product. Those are the 8 elements that makes a great business successful. And every time we build a business, we better have those 8 elements in there. A lot of people think that they have a great product. Everybody has a great idea for a great product, but it's not the product alone that makes a great business successful. Remember, we must turn a business into a brand. Otherwise, it's a commodity and it can be replaced by somebody else. The more we understand the cash flow triangle, the better we are at business and investing and choosing the right assets. We can build businesses that turn into brands with less effort, more money we make and keep. It took years of practice, but eventually everyone will grasp this fully. Wealthy people don't work for money. People today put a lot of effort into developing their careers, moving up the corporate ladder, or expanding their practices in order to establish a name for themselves. They make the common mistake of believing that working for their own company is more important than working for it. They never work on the business to grow it because they are preoccupied with the minutiae of the day-to-day operations. So they work in their business, which is not a business yet, as it requires them to be there to earn money. They own a job, not a business. They have no faith in anyone to perform better than them or in a system that can function without them. Their own success is impeded by them. Laziness is the path to success, as we like to say here, because it is about using our minds to put deals together and raise capital for it, then control the asset and its cash flow. We can make less money the more involved we are. So we must learn the power of systems and marketing to have our businesses and investments run on autopilot. Otherwise, they're not assets. Wealthy entrepreneurs find creative ways to do more with less rather than getting our hands dirty and working hard. We also give our staff the freedom to succeed for them and their lives too here at Master Investor. Everyone here at Master Investor is allowed and encouraged to build the asset column as much as possible. We must figure out how to do less in order to produce more and develop more if we want to be the kind of person who builds assets that purchase other assets. Learn more about how working less can increase our income if you are someone who is addicted to hard work, or as we refer here, staying busy in your business and not building anything. How poor people spend their time. Sadly, but thankfully, as well, a lot of individuals today have more time than they ever could have dreamed. According to a Pew Research Center survey, almost 35% of Americans said that COVID-19 made socializing less important to them. The nights and weekends are largely free because there are fewer social obligations. Of doubt, there's a lot of stress, especially for parents who are trying to care for their children and have no social life these days. The epidemic demonstrated how erratic employment may be, and the economy appears to be unstable. It is interesting to note that a lot of extremely skilled workers are wearing themselves out from video conference sessions longer than they would from standard labor. They have even created a phrase for a Zoom fatigue. Those without jobs were either waiting it out by playing video games and watching Netflix, or they are spending time looking for work. Few are making use of the time to develop true wealth. And for that reason, a great deal of people will either emerge from this catastrophe poor or even poorer than they were even before. The poor spend their time poorly working for money. Most individuals will tell us that they work so hard for money. If we were to ask them why, or why they are looking for a job if they are among the 6 million unemployed, they imply a reliable source of income that offers security by this. One of the main motivations for taking on thousands of dollars in student loans is money. These loans are taken out to obtain a degree for a high-paying job that they dislike but must work at most of the time. Meanwhile, their true passions remain unfulfilled until after they have completed the work. This strategy has the drawback that their income is dependent on how hard they work. Their time is the only valuable item they need to sell. Thus, they have to put in more physical work by working longer hours in order to earn more money. And we don't want to be like these people, because unless you love your job, but that's a totally different story. And even then, you still need to learn how to invest so that when you're ready to leave that job, you can have the passive income that will sustain the lifestyle that you desire, and you can actually fulfill your dreams. As an employee, their earning potential is limited since they have limited time and energy. This investment is a bad by any standard, right? Investing your time in a job. To think that one can exchange he or her limited time for money is a terrible mentality. Wealthy people think differently than poor people do, and they approach time and how to spend it in very different ways. Wealthy versus poor, how to make money work for us with a little time commitment. The majority of wealthy people will tell us that we work for passive income that comes from assets if we ask them what we do. This refers to investments in companies that require little to no work to provide a consistent monthly positive cash flow. Wealthy people work to learn how to make money work for us through financial education and sound investing, as opposed to working our entire lives for money or earn income. To put it simply, wealthy people make money work for us rather than us working for money. Working for a paycheck is not the same as working to accumulate additional assets. For example, adding assets doesn't mean putting in more or harder work. To be more precise, we need to work less to acquire high quality assets, the higher our financial IQ. Then, even when we are playing or sleeping, these investments generate passive income. Put another way, money benefits the wealthy once more. How to set objectives to build passive income. That is not to argue that the wealthy people don't work. Simply put, our methods of operation differ. We have targets for the number of new assets we intend to buy each year. It is crucial to remember that we do not set goals to increase our income. We do not waste time trying to get a better, more lucrative career. We are aware that if the emphasis is placed on locating premium assets, the cash flow will flow. Even years after the effort to acquire our assets is completed, the cash flow will continue to pour in. Because of this, we have invested in financial education over a long period of time and built a sound asset column gradually. Even though we may not start always wealthy, even at times when we have little money at all, we must take the effort to increase our financial intelligence through free content like these YouTube live streams and blogs and articles that we can have access to using the internet. Instead of investing that time in a job, we must use it to secure our financial future by acquiring assets in our asset column by first investing in our financial education so that we can take control of our finances and make the right decisions when it comes to money. We now generate passive income daily, which works for us rather than against us. Invest our time wisely today to get wealthy tomorrow. For what purpose are we working? In this extraordinary crisis, how do we spend our time? Will we prefer to veer away from it? Which way are we going? Are we attempting to harness the power of assets to make money work for us? Or do you work day and night at a job you detest just to feel as though you have some security? In that case, what is preventing you to start building the asset column after work? Here are two excellent starting points. Get the cash flow and the course, How to Build Cash Flow with the Internet, the ebook. Click the link in the description. This is our flagship course for financial education available online. Instead of wasting our evenings on non-productive video games or Netflix, educate ourselves on how to get money to work for us for free. And maybe you can turn your video game addiction into a profitable business by understanding how to stream every day with it and use that time and create content that entertains other people and do it through Twitch, YouTube, and so forth, and start creating a following, a community if that's what you want to do. But first, you need to have financial education. Master Investor has been providing personal finance classes, investment workshops, and personal development guidance to millions of people for years now. There's no better moment to utilize this amazing these resources right now than ever before, because we have AI, we have systems. Everything is pretty much free. You can start with no money at all, right? Master Investor Coaching. Give Master Investor Coach a look if we are truly prepared to make a wise investment. Thousands upon thousands of people have put their trust in Master Investor products to help them succeed and get rid of their money problems. Professionals recognize that they don't know what they don't know, whether they are business owners, athletes, or people in relationships. We, as a company, continue to work with coaches in all spheres of life, including mental, physical, emotional, and spiritual. Despite our success, it is possible for us to, and everyone in our community has the opportunity to elevate themselves to the next level financially. And always remember, keep mentors around, keep people that are doing better than we are around, okay? Regardless of the level of success that we have, we are never too good to know it all. We are always learning something new. There are many arguments to suggest that this is not the ideal time to start investing, but there is never a better moment than the present to make prudent time investments and raise our financial IQ. If we do, we will be equipped to prosper when the going gets tough, as it always does. Start investing in high quality financial education. Click the link in the description. Join our inner circle. If you have any question, drop it below. I appreciate you being here with me today on this amazing talk on money, business, and investing. Let me know your thoughts. If you have any feedback, and please, if you learn something, share the content with other people, because that's how we turn something into a treasure. When you have something that is really valuable, then you share with other people, that turns into a treasure. So make sure that you're helping out your team become aware of the new rules of money and give them the data that they need in order to empower themselves to the next level, because we all have different talents that we can capitalize on, and we can use systems to do it on autopilot. Remember the difference between sales and marketing. Sales is what we do one-on-one, and marketing is what we do it's sales done via system. So we have to accumulate and control systems to do the selling and telling for us. Something that you're learning how to do inside of our community here at Master Investor. Bring you the good and bad news of money, the business principles that work in all economies. I'll talk to you on the next podcast. Thank you for joining me, and make sure to click the link in the description to join our inner circle. Stay extraordinary and wealthy. Bye for now. Good. Okay, that was easy. Hope you learned something. I gotta get something to drink in a minute. Okay, let me just publish this amazing podcast that I just did. Wealth by investing time wisely. Okay. We're here every single day. Okay, we haven't missed one day. Can you believe that? I'm so proud. I gave my word. I'm saying I'm going to be here every day. And we haven't missed one single day of this year. Okay, our cash flow. Look at the wealth ebooks. So, and our channel is growing tremendously. We got subscribers coming in every day, new partners buying our products and having success. Okay, super simple. Put a call of action in here. Building wealth by investing time wisely. Okay. It's published. Should be available online on Spotify and other stores within like the next 15 minutes or so. We'll check. I need to fix something here though. Let me edit. I found a lot of little typos, which is good for me to go through it again. Let me see if I can find them. Impeded them. Okay, impeded by them. Laziness. Let me see here. All right, let me go back over here. Creo que give me a drink real quick. Let me see where we are. We're going to be hanging out today. Appreciate you being here. Welcome to Master Investor. Glad to be here again with another valuable podcast on money, business, and investing. Today, we're going to speak about how to leverage our passions for wealth. Remember that we are more than an investment management company. Our mission is to elevate the financial well-being of humanity through high-quality financial education made simple. We're looking for opportunities to build passive income and true wealth. We're going to learn how to invest with debt, use the tools and resources of the wealthy to create wealth for us. And we're going to do it in a way that it is simple and straightforward when it comes to building our financial knowledge. Okay. We're going to give you exactly what we need to have in order to take massive action on a daily basis to turn our life around when it comes to finances and the way we play the game of money. Okay, so today we're going to see whether our passions can be turned into a business that is actually a business and not a job. Okay, a business is something that we can share with other people, and we're solving a problem. Okay, a business is always created to solve a problem. So there are several questions that we can ask ourselves to figure out whether our passions can be turned into a real business that can solve a problem in the marketplace. Okay, so here it is. And you can also find the link of our website in the description. Go over there, download our ebook, How to Build Cash Flow with the Internet, Turn Passive Income On, because it's going to help you become aware of the different different types of investors that exist. You're going to understand what is money, the history of money, and you're going to have a step-by-step guide on how to start building your asset column with real assets that produce passive income. Even while we're sleeping, we are producing passive income because we have systems working hard for us doing the selling and telling and solving, of course, a problem in the marketplace. So let's start right now and figure out whether our passions can really be turned into a successful business. The secrets to successful businesses. People may find starting a business scary, but it is due to lack of knowing and experience. The important step is to get started. Case studies show that men need to know 20% of what needs to be done before launching a business, whereas women need to know 80% of it. The point is valid whether or not the data is accurate. In general, women are less risk adverse than men. However, most women and men already have the majority of the knowledge necessary to launch a company. Once we are aware of this, we are courageous enough to make the move and get started with a business that will be successful. The more financial education we have, the better we can put the deal together, the better we can build a business that will last a lifetime and even longer. Because when we have a business that has systems and is solving a need in the marketplace, then that, depending on what need it is, right? What's our niche? What are we solving? And if it's something that will still be happening in 100 years from now, will that problem continue to happen? Okay, so we have to think about everything ahead of time, and we can actually do that with a business plan, with the right team members, with the right mission. We can check out all the systems in the business to understand whether we're going to be successful in the first year, because we did our case studies on the niches and we understand that our passion is something that will serve people. Because let's say, for example, like me, right? Master Investor is an investment management company, but we created also a financial department where we are helping other people understand how money works, that we're doing today, right? That's what we do. We provide high quality financial education made simple. We look for opportunities to build passive income and true wealth. we are showing people exactly what we do as an investment management company too, to show you how we become wealthier as the days go, because we are in the business of acquiring assets on our asset column and solving problems in the marketplace, right? Making money work hard for us. That's why rule number one of our community here at Master Investor is that we work to build passive income and make money work hard. Okay, once you have money, right, coming in from your investments, then that money should go back to work hard. Instead of you working hard, money works hard. And we put deals together so that money can work hard on those deals. So if you have saved that money because you are learning now about investing, but this past decade, 2 decades ago, you were working at a job, let's say, and you were saving money. Now you have saved capital. Now your job is to make that capital work hard for you. And the only way you can do that successfully and guarantee that you will recoup your entire investment back and make money thereafter, then it's only possible with financial education. You have to invest in your financial education first so that you shift the mindset and shift any other core values that do not serve us when we're building wealth. Okay, all beliefs, all rules of money, and many other things that we talk about in our ebooks. That's why I asked you to go to our website. I'm going to put the link of our website so that you can visit, and also the link of this article that we released less than 24 hours ago. Okay, you can find the written form of what we're talking about today, which is how to leverage our passions for wealth. And can we, right? Because a lot of times people are doing their passions because only it serves them. And if that's the case, and we're going to find out in a minute why, then it should be done as a job instead of as a company, because a company is always built to solve a problem for other people. Okay. Pursuing our interests. We should look at our hobbies and then figure out how to make money doing what we love. We have probably heard conflicting advice on this subject. If we have considered starting a business, do we need to pursue our passion, or should we choose a more sensible foundation for our company? Living a happy life requires engaging in activities that we find meaningful. Everyone should, in our opinion, have a passion for things in their lives. And it is amazing when we can make a good living doing what we love. Unfortunately, it doesn't always work out like that. How do we determine whether we should start a business out of our passion? Asking ourselves the following questions can help us decide whether or not to pursue our passion as a business. Number one, can I use what I'm passionate about to help other people? Number two, how much will people be willing to pay for the value I'm offering? Number three, are the margins, revenue minus cost equals profit margin, substantial enough to deliver the monetary gains I want? Who is the company? Number four, who is the company truly serving? Do I really want to do what I love, or am I ready to put the needs of the consumer first? Okay. If we honestly respond, it is really about me on the last question, which is the one I was telling you about earlier, then it's okay if that's what you love to do just for yourself. Okay. But, then that means it needs to be done as a job rather than as a company. Sometimes when we combine our passion with money, the passion is ruined. We may still pursue our passion if it is our top priority, right? But just do it as a pastime or a job that pays consistently, not as a company, right? Because it's only serving you, it's only serving us. So we have to really have an honest conversation with ourselves and figure out our passions, right? People have different passions, so pick the one that you can actually serve other people with, because the more you invest in that passion, the more you can provide to other people that are interested in becoming, looking for a solution regarding that passion, right? It could be health, it could be yoga, it could be, anything that you love. Meditation, it could be about
financial education like we are, right? Anything that has an interest that you can actually monetize to the world because you're solving a problem. Our problem that we set out to solve here at Master Investor is the lack of financial education in the world, in our school systems. We don't get taught how to make money work hard. People come out of schools thinking like employees and or joining the army. You know, they either become soldiers or employees. And that is because the mission of the school system is found on that very idea to create two types of people, employees and soldiers. Employees that work for the corporations of the wealthy and soldiers that defend the corporation of the wealthy, like the governments. And you can find that on Google. You can actually reference that back to, I think it's 1902, 1903, the year that the Rockefeller family took over the school system board and they instilled that mission in the school board. So when a person goes from kindergarten all the way to the university and they graduate, they have the mindset of an employee. They have a specialization that they are going to do most likely for the rest of their life. And they want to have a secure job with a paycheck. Okay, that's all they want to do is that task that makes them who they are, right? So it depends on what field you go into, but you usually come out from the university thinking like an employee. Okay, so understand that, and that means that we are responsible for our own financial education. We have to invest in our financial education in order to create wealth and escape the rat race. If that is the goal, if you're tired of your job that you're working and you're thinking, hey, there's a better way to make extra income to replace the current income so I can, you know, so you can quit your job. If that's your situation, then the answer is yes. Number one step, invest in your financial education like you're doing right now. Listen to business podcasts, read books about financial education, and start implementing what we are learning. Very important. We have to take action because the three E's of a master investor are education, financial education, experience, and excess of cash flow. Okay. So then we then developed a company around something else that interests us and where we feel comfortable putting consumers first. Every successful business is built to solve a problem. We have to have the mindset of serving more people, not just ourselves. That is why generosity is crucial when we build wealth. We have to train our minds to solve problems as entrepreneurs and inside investors. We have to lead solutions into the world that helps humanity. Be creative. Curry and Nina founded Prep Obsessed in 2013. According to their website, Prep Obsessed sells preppy items for the home as well as customized accessories and on-trend jewelry. The two women launched their company in a very unconventional manner by simply sharing products they love on Facebook and Instagram. They had 1,000 Facebook fans before they had even made a sale. They never asked their clients what they want them to offer them, as Curry stated to Entrepreneur. Instead, they are sure that they were that they understood their desires, the client's desires, because they are sure that they share their preferences. In other words, they were able to pinpoint that, hey, listen, these fans, they love what we're sharing because they became fans of the things that we love. So now let's sell some type of item about what we're talking about. See, so they capitalize on their fan base. That's what's important, to figure out whether your passion can inspire other people. And it could be something that you like. If you like cars, if you like, go into that. Figure out how you can make money, with what your passions are. And that would be great if you can serve other people, right? Because then you're going to be enjoying the entire journey, because it comes with with learning experiences, and you have to sometimes do things that maybe you don't want to do, but you have to do it. You have to do whatever it takes in order to get to our next level financially and have that total freedom that comes with excess of positive cash flow that is coming in from our assets. Okay, so we must understand our clients' wants by first understanding our business mission and why are we in business to begin with. Nowadays, we all have access to the internet and tools that will help us build our wealth much faster than ever before. Having innovation is key because it is how we stay ahead of our competitors and retain our existing customer for life. Take a look at companies like Amazon and Apple. Their customer service is phenomenal, and that is why they are thriving companies. Understanding our client. Knowing our customers well is another essential component of success. What are the particulars of their population? What specifically are they seeking, and how does our offering meet their needs? For instance, Prep Obsessed initially sought out a rather specific user profile, American woman between the ages of 20 and 50 who has shown an interest in particular brands like Tory, Burge, Lily, Pulitzer, as well as topic like fashion in home and garden. The business also targets the friends of those users. For business partners specializing in a specific market is more crucial than attempting to appeal to everyone. So that's the message, right? Understanding our client very well, learning who is our avatar, who are we speaking to, okay, who is the person or the group of people that want what we are offering, because they have that problem, they have that need, and we're gonna feel the need with that in a form that is orchestrated with systems in place so that we can work on our business and not in a business. We want to make sure that we are overseeing our business and we can detach ourselves from our business so that we can build something else and have freedom ultimately, right? Because you never want to have a business that keeps you attached to it unless you really want to, but it's recommended that you think about the business being a machine that is making us money at all times without us having to be present to make those transactions, because everything is set to be automated. We have delegated to people that needs to be in place in order to make all of that happen. Whether we need people at the beginning, maybe we don't. We use artificial intelligence. So take advantage of the tools that we have today, because trust me that we live in the best times that history can ever talk about, because this is when we can actually communicate with the entire world at the speed of light. Instantly, we can actually go live, we can record, and we can all be heard around the world, and we can sell things by providing a solution to those people's needs. So understanding our client and finding out our niche and figuring out whether our passion has a big niche, how big is a niche, and can we monetize it, right? So don't talk to everybody, because then you're talking to no one. When we talk to everybody, we talk to no one, because we're marketing to everybody. Do targeted marketing where you know your niche. We know exactly who is our avatar. Who are we talking to? Who are we going to sell our products? Who needs our products, right? They have that problem. They have decided they're going to purchase a solution because they're looking for one right now. And we're going to put that message in front of them so easy that they can grab, pay, and then repeat again, right? And that is called marketing. Putting that message in front of that person, the product in front of the person, the consumer that has already decided that they have a problem and they're going to purchase a solution. And that solution is going to be ours. So we're going to find a group of people that need our products, and we're going to figure out how to put it nicely in front of them so they can say, this is the people, the company that I'm going to go with. I'm going to buy from them. Okay. Understand our client is very critical. You have to find out whether your passion has a niche, how big is your niche, and how we're going to monetize it. Okay. When we talk to everyone, we talk to no one. Who is our perfect client? Answer this question to find our niche. The entrepreneur partners believe that concentrating on a specific niche is more crucial than attempting to appeal to everyone. That is called targeted traffic. This concentration has paid off. Prep Obsessed was named the Inc. 5000 list of fastest growing companies in 2018 and twice named Florida's best boutique. Even better, the founders were eventually able to resign from their employment and devote all of their time to growing their company. We must keep in mind that we build a business to solve a problem and give us total freedom through excess of positive cash flow. Have the proper perspective. In addition to everything else, we will share with all a straightforward recipe for success. It offers a genuine big picture view on two essential elements for fulfilling our life goals. This question is action plus attitude equals success. Many self-help books and gurus go into great detail about the importance of positive thinking or having a good attitude. People frequently dismiss this positive thinking idea as being overly sentimental. They favor more strategies, overt strategies, or simply taking action. But in actuality, both attitude and action are necessary for success. If we waste time trying things and then giving up when we fail without first forming the proper mental attitude, having the wealthy mindset, it is doubtful that we will get the outcomes we want. Furthermore, no amount of optimism or positive thinking can enable us to make an investment purchase or secure the price we seek. Having the wealthy mindset is a must in order to create abundance in our lives. That is why investing is our financial education, is our responsibility to do daily for us to create true wealth. Right, that is why I meant to say that is why investing is our responsibility to do daily. And of course, investing in our financial education, most importantly, that is our duty. We have to pour into ourselves so that we know exactly how to read a financial statement, how to improve. We know exactly how we're doing financially today as an individual, and then we can read the financial statement of our company and other companies. And as we go and do business with other people, we, get other people's businesses financial statements because we're thinking about acquiring a business. Now we can read the financial statement. We know exactly what liabilities are there, what are the assets of the company, how much money it brings after everybody's paid, after the debt service is paid, how much is the bottom line, or as we call it, positive cash flow, right? That's what we're looking for. When we invest, we want to know, hey, what is the cash flow? What is the positive cash flow? What is the bottom line? How much am I going to get every single day, every single month? Okay, start right now. Go to our website and, of course, get going on your financial education so that you learn how to build wealth. Right? So getting going, these are the most important pieces of advice we can provide to all to help everyone succeed if we are serious about starting a business and creating wealth. Along the road, keep in mind not to lose sight of our objectives. Don't give up if we make a mistake or get lost. Instead, readjust ourselves, innovate, and start over. Okay? Choose our team members wisely. Let our interest and optimistic outlook serve as our compass and anchor to our ultimate goals. Okay, so write down your daily actions and make sure we get started right away. I hope that this has been valuable. Let me know if you have any questions. Drop them below. Make sure you share the content with other people in your team, or maybe someone that you want to get them on the right page, on the right mindset. Maybe it's your spouse, maybe it's your partner, right? Because when we're building wealth, we have to have everybody on our household on the same page, because otherwise it's very difficult. It takes mental effort to create wealth because we have to change our mindset and we have to adopt new values and we have to treat money differently. We have to pay ourselves first. We have to invest for passive income. We have to invest in our financial education. We have to take decisions that we otherwise we would not make if we didn't have the wealthy mindset. So get everybody on the same page. Start listening to all of our podcasts. Subscribe to our channel here and make sure you follow us on all social media platforms. Look for the logo. We all have an investor inside of us. It's up to each of us to either make that investor a master investor or just an average investor who doesn't have financial education. This is the opportunity to take steps forward towards your financial freedom and creating true wealth. bringing you the good and bad news of money, the business principles that work in all economies. Go to our website, get our ebook, start building your asset column. It's time to invest, because the faster we get started on our financial journey, the faster we reach financial freedom and ultimate wealth, which is when we can do anything we want, because we have so many assets that we're controlling under our asset column that is creating us excess of cash flow. Remember the 3 E's of a master investor: education, financial education, experience, and excess of cash flow. Stay great and wealthy. Thank you for listening. I'll talk to you in the next podcast. Bye for now.
All right, let's see what else we got here.
Welcome to another live broadcast of Master Investor Company. Glad to be here again with another valuable video on financial education. Remember, Master Investor is more than an investment management company. Our mission is to elevate the financial well-being of humanity through high-quality financial education made simple with lucrative opportunities to build passive income and true wealth. Today, I have something special for you. We're going to be speaking about what are the simple rules for investing. These rules can literally change your finances forever if you apply them into your life. Before I start diving into our video blog, I want you to visit our website, www.masterinvestor.education, and subscribe to the newsletter. It's free. You can get articles straight to your inbox every single week with financial education made simple that will change your life forever. Remember, knowledge is the new money, and the holy grail of building wealth is to have financial education so that you have the ability to make decisions when it comes to investing. Rather than you giving your money away to somebody else to do the investing for you, you're going to be an active investor who is in charge of your money, and you're going to be able to make that money work hard for you and create positive cash flow. Remember, the most important words in the business language are cash flow, okay? Because Since money is not backed up by anything anymore, after 1971, President Nixon separated the gold standard from the US dollar. From that point forward, money became monopoly money, became paper money, a currency, and just an idea backed up by confidence. So money today is literally fake money. And today, money is created with debt. That's why debt is tax free. That's why we encourage everyone here in our community, a master investor, who is learning to become a master investor, to understand that you need to become a good debtor. In other words, be comfortable by asking and borrowing money from the bank, from private investors, right? You need to learn how to raise capital. That's the job number one of an entrepreneur. And the job number one of an investor is to make cash flow work for us. In other words, once we have that money, once we acquire a loan, once we borrow the money, we gotta make that money work hard for us. And how do we do that? Is by allocating that into an asset that produces passive income in any type of economy. There are 5 different asset classes. We talk about it all the time. In each asset class, you can invest for passive income. Majority of people will always invest for capital gains because they don't have the financial education that it takes to build passive income. Okay, so there are 2 types of income that you can get from investing: capital gains and passive income. Rule number 1 of our community here at Master Investor is that we work to build passive income and make money work hard for us. Okay, so if you're hearing us on our podcast or you're watching us on YouTube or any other platform, make sure you subscribe, leave a comment. If you have any questions, drop it below. I'm going to come back and answer them for you. And that way we have a dialogue and we open up a conversation. You might be able to answer other people's questions as you ask your question. And I'm going to come back and answer and provide feedback to your question, okay? And make sure you take massive action. Get our ebook. We have several different ebooks on Amazon. You can get them straight from our website. One of them is how to build cash flow with the internet, turn passive income on. And today, even when you're investing in real estate, you need the internet. You need to be able to navigate through different websites and platforms to find the right asset, whether it's a commercial real estate property or a residential property. So the internet is the most powerful tool, aside from your mind, right, that we have available to us right now. Okay, so we need to have the ability to navigate and understand how we can create money from thin air using the internet, because remember, knowledge is the new money. So once you have financial education, once you have the right deal, you will learn that money will find you. And I'm gonna go ahead and start with our video blog because that leads me to talk about the rules for investing. Okay, you can find the blog on our website. I'm going to also leave the link in the description. If you want to read it, if you're watching this on YouTube and you just want to read the entire blog, then you're welcome to do that. We have free blogs that are coming out every single week. And if you want to get them in straight to your email, then just subscribe to our newsletter. Okay. Learning to invest like the wealthy do. The continuous transition from the left side of the cash flow circle to the right side of the cash flow circle is one of the primary indicators of impending financial freedom. What are the simple rules for investing? Similar to how a caterpillar transforms into a lovely butterfly, becoming an inside investor or a business owner requires transitioning from employment or self-employment. Okay, remember, the cash flow circle contains 4 types of people. In the left side, you'll find the E's, the employees. Right below them, you'll have the S's, which stands for self-employed. And then on the right side, you have the B, which stands for business owner. And on the below that, you'll have the I, which stands for inside investor. Okay, so you want to be on the right side of the cash flow circle and operate in that side, because that's how you're going to build true wealth. Okay, in the left side of the cash flow circle, you're going to work for earn income. You have a job and you get a paycheck, or you have you own practice if you're a doctor, but you still have to show up to work. So you're getting a salary, you're getting a paycheck, you have to see clients every day. So it requires your time. So if you want to truly become financially free and build wealth, then you need to move to the right side of the quadrant of the cash flow circle, okay? And you'll be able to find that inside of our ebook, How to Build Cash Flow with the Internet, Turn Passive Income On. It has the diagram in there. You can see it. You can tell where you are today and how you can make the transition. But the first step you need to do is to invest in your financial education. And you'll find out in a minute why. Similar, understanding what to do when you have more. Let me see. Let me pick up right here. It takes time and frequently necessitates a complete shift in attitude and behavior about money. So, right, when we start investing, you got to remember that it takes commitment, right, to invest in your financial education and change the core values that you have regarding money, okay? A lot of people have a hard time changing that, okay, because they've been taught their entire life to think about money a certain way, to work hard for money. If you're not working physically hard, then you're going to feel that you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing to build wealth. You know, so the middle class and the poor class usually tells their kids to go to school and get a job, and that's how they will build wealth. And that may be, you know, you can't really build wealth on the left side of the cash flow circle because you're working for money. You only have a certain amount of hours per day, okay? So you're chasing money. You're going after the bag. And so that takes the ability to use leverage to make money chase you instead. I'm going to show you how to do that because once you have systems like the business owner, once you control systems, money comes to you. Money is flowing into your bank account because your systems are doing the selling and selling for you. Understanding what to do when you have more money unexpectedly available is one of these behavior modifications. The temptation for those on the left side of the cash flow circle can be to, at best, follow traditional advice about money or at worst, to spend it all. And that's the main problem about people when they are saving money. They save up their entire life to give it to somebody else, to put it into fake assets because they feel the need that they need to get rid of that money, right? And they don't know how to invest themselves. So they give it to, and most likely will end up losing all that capital because the investor is the one that's risking, okay? He or she gets financial education, so he or she gives the money away to a salesperson, and the salesperson doesn't know anything more about investing than the investor itself, and he just to put he makes decisions, so fixed assets are like 401ks, mutual funds, this types of things. Liability. That's why just fake assets like the 401k, mutual funds, etc., they money away from you and they don't put anything into your pocket. So they are considered liabilities and fake assets, and very risky fake assets, because a lot of times people end up losing their entire money because they're relying the investment on the market. And as we know, here at Master Investor, the market goes up and down, right? So we are in the game of preparing for any type of market. Instead of predicting the market and relying on the market, we have financial education so that we can cash flow even when people are losing money. Okay? And you'll be surprised because a lot of times we use that as an indicator that there's opportunity. When we see a lot of people losing money, a master investor will go into that sector to cash flow from the lack of financial education that the individual has when it comes to money, and we can see opportunities that other people cannot see. Okay, so remember that. Okay, remember that the most important thing to build your wealth is financial education, because with that you have the power in your hands to make financial decisions. Okay, without having to give your money away. This can happen whether it comes from an inheritance, a raise, or a bonus, or any other source, to a worse, squander it on obligations like holidays or cars, liabilities. Such common advice might be to raise your 401k contributions, or to save as money as you can while continuing to live within your means, below your means, right? And I always say here at Master Investor, we must expand and live above our means. That's how we're going to get to the growing process. If we are in a corner trying to save money, it's going to make us smaller. It's going to make us shrink in all aspects. And we don't want to do that. We actually want to expand. Okay, so you want to be comfortable by feeling uncomfortable when you're living above your means. You need to start thinking, how can I create more passive income? How can I have the things that I want without me having to work hard to pay for those things? And the way to do that is to create and build assets using debt, using other people's money, OPM. Okay. All of these themes have been extensively discussed, so it should not be surprising that none of them are regarded as good advice. If you're about to get a windfall of fresh funds, this is the ideal opportunity to implement the wealthy principle. Invest in assets with a positive cash flow. Okay, that's what I mentioned earlier on the video, that the most important thing is to start building and acquiring assets that produce passive income. That's how you really become financially free and you build wealth. It's the only way. If you're working hard for a paycheck, you're going to have to work harder and harder and harder to make more money. Okay, and usually you have more responsibilities the more money they pay you. So think about that for a second, and trust me, if you love to do what you're doing today as a job, I still recommending you that you need to take a look at building passive income, because you're going to need it. After you retire from that job, then how are you going to live the way you want to if your pension plan is not the way you thought it was going to be? Okay, remember, 401k, those are fake assets. Okay, they don't make you any money. Nevertheless, you must first comprehend the basics of investing in order to do that. These are Master Investor's essential investing principles. One of the hardest things about people in shifting is their mindset and habits about money. It requires dedication and execution with the new rules of money. That's why we created our financial department here at Master Investor, because we are an investment management company, but we want to also extend our knowledge to those people who are in the fences about becoming a master investor. We all have an investor inside of us. Okay, whether you're an employee, a self-employed, you're dealing with money every day, and you're using that money to invest in either liabilities or assets. And so it's all about shifting your mindset and understanding that there are many ways that you can actually make money without having to work hard for earn income, without having to have a job. Okay, and acquiring the financial education that you need so that you can turn that into knowledge and make it and turn that into passive income, make that knowledge work for you. Okay, basic rule of investing number one: adjust your money mindset. The idea of changing our thinking from that of the poor and middle class to that of the wealthy is discussed extensively in the ebook How to Build Cash Flow with the Internet, Turn Passive Income On. Learning what the wealthy invest in that the poor and the middle class do not. Both the middle class and less fortunate instruct their children to go to school, find a good career, work hard, and save money. And that should make them wealthy, right? But it doesn't work that way, okay? And we see it all the time, okay? Throughout history, you can look at your friends and you can look at the person who has not job and has businesses and investment. That person is more successful, more wealthy than the person who has a job and went to college and had a career. Okay, usually if you have financial education, you will definitely be the person that went to college and studied, because there are two types of people that come out of the school system: employees and soldiers. People that think they want a job, they speak the language of an employee, they want a secure job, they want a secure company where they can go and devote their entire life to work. And there's nothing wrong with that if you love your job, like I said, but you also need to build passive income. Okay, you can still do it on the side. The wealthy instead instill the following lessons in their children: learn how money works, create decent jobs, make money work hard for you, and invest in assets with positive cash flow. That will make you wealthy, and it does. The idea that you may get wealthy by working for a salary is one of the fundamental misconceptions shared by the poor and middle class. But because of the way the tax system is set up, it is actually very challenging to achieve that, because the laws and the tax code are not in the favor of employees. The tax code and the corporate law are incentives for the entrepreneur and the inside investor. Money as a business owner can be invested before taxes. We do not only have more money to work with as a result, but it also lowers our overall taxable income, which means we frequently pay less in taxes than people in the poor and middle class. Remember, three types of income that exist: earned income, that's when you have a job, you get a paycheck, you have a salary. Okay, that is taxed at the highest bracket. You have no room to minimize taxes. That's why when you get a paycheck, or when the person gets a paycheck from their job, taxes have already been collected and other things. So they usually get a half of their paycheck, right? And then the second type of income is capital gains income. And that's when we purchase something at a certain price and we sell it for a higher price. It could be a residential home, it could be a stock, anything. It could be an item that has some sort of value, and we sell it for more than we purchased it. So that gain right there is called capital gains, and we usually have to pay taxes on that too, which is set at a higher bracket. There are exceptions in real estate where you can roll that over using the law and defer taxes, but you still have to pay some taxes when it comes to capital gains. Okay, so earned income and capital gains income are taxed at a higher bracket. And then we have passive income, which is the type of income that the wealthy works for. And that's why rule number one of master investors is that we work to build passive income and make money work hard for us, because majority of people spend their entire life working for earned income. And then maybe they try to do capital gains income because they don't have the knowledge. So they just want to give the money away to somebody to invest it for them. So eventually they maybe can sell their stocks or can sell their portfolio, whatever, and get some capital gains from that. Okay. So financial education is the way of financial freedom and true wealth. Okay. This is the wealthy mentality that also explains, and I want to also mention that passive income is taxed at the lowest bracket. You can actually be tax-free entity when you use debt, because debt is tax-free right off the bat. And if you invest it for passive income, that passive income can also be minimized, can all the way to zero in taxes, legally done, because the tax code are an incentive package for the entrepreneur and inside investor. So when you use the laws, when you do what the tax code is telling you to do, when you're getting passive income, even if you're making millions of dollars, hundreds of thousands of dollars per month, per year, you can minimize that all the way to zero and pay zero in taxes. That's why people were mad at Donald Trump when they found out that he paid no taxes, okay? And it's because he has done everything legally through the laws and the tax code. It's not just him. There are many wealthy people that pay no taxes. You can look it up online, look at the reference and check them out, because they will tell you, hey, I'm using the laws that allows me to be a tax-free entity. And I think it's great, because we're providing jobs, we're creating services, products, we are already doing our share. So we should be able to take advantage legally of those laws. That also explains why so many members of the lower and middle classes were outraged when they discovered Donald Trump had paid no taxes during the presidential race. They simply don't get how money functions or how the wealthy conduct themselves. To become wealthy, you must first change your perspective about money and investing. That there are other sources of money is the first step towards doing that. So shift your mindset about money, okay? Adjust it. That's the basic rule of investing number one. Basic rule of investing number two. Determine what type of income we are working towards. Like I said, many people spend their entire life not knowing that other types of income exist. And they think that the only way to make money is to get a job and work hard at a job for the rest of their life, not knowing that there are better ways to actually create money, okay? Most people just consider earning money at a successful job. They are unaware that there are various sources of money. But Master Investor always stresses that there are three various forms of income and that each is influenced by a different mindset. The ordinary earned income. The majority of individuals think regular earned income when they discuss earning money. The 9 to 5 set makes money like this. It is typically obtained through a paycheck from a job due to the government deducting money from your paycheck before you even receive it. It is the most taxed income and is therefore the toughest to accumulate wealth with. That's earned income. Number two, capital gains income. A 401k and various paper assets, including mutual funds managed by a financial advisor, salesperson, are common sources of capital gains income for the majority of highly compensated workers. The majority of capital gains income comes from paper assets like stocks, bonds, and mutual funds due to its poor yields and second highest tax rate. It is somewhat challenging to accumulate money. The majority of experts agree that over a lengthy period of investment, you may anticipate returns of roughly 7% per year for your capital gains income. Of course, there can be significant ups and downs during that period. A person with little financial intelligence would think a return of 7% is a lot, but wealthy people would reject such an investment approach. Three, passive income. High financial intelligence individuals execute an investment approach that would generate passive income. Real estate, royalties, and dividends from businesses and stocks are the usual source of passive income. Rent from a rental property is considered passive income. Since Master Investor receives royalties from our ebooks, digital courses, businesses, real estate, there are assets that generate passive income. It also counts as passive income if you own a company that pays out profits to you. In other words, it is money that you receive whether you work or not, because to its mix of low taxes and potentially unlimited returns, it is the income with the lowest tax rates, the most tax advantages, and it's the easiest income with which to accumulate wealth. If we want to be rich, work for passive income, a wealthy advice from Master Investor. Basic rule of investing number three. Transform regular income into passive income. Most people begin their lives earning regular wages as employees. Understanding that there are other sources of money and then converting your earned income. If you save money, right, don't give it to somebody else. Get your financial education right, and then you'll be able to convert your earned income as effectively as you can into those other sources of revenue are the first steps on the route to accumulating wealth, right? So don't give your money, don't get rid of your thousands of dollars, your hundreds of thousands of dollars that you can actually put to work when you have financial education. So you should invest in your financial education first, figure out which asset class you want to go into. There are about 5 different asset classes that you can invest on for passive income, and you need financial education. A lot of people only go into those classes to invest for capital gains income. You want to invest on passive income because passive income comes in and you control the assets. Capital gains is just a one-time thing. You sell it, you get that gain, and that's it, but it's not working hard for you to make you money, okay? So the whole purpose of becoming wealthy is that we have assets under our control, under our company's control, and they are producing as passive income, positive cash flow, okay? Master Investor created a straightforward illustration to demonstrate the three types of income. You can see it right in front of us. We have just a circle. Inside of the circle, we have three types of income. On the left side, we have the earned. In the middle, we have capital gains, and then passive income. Okay, you can find this if you're listening to our podcast. You can go to the link in the bio, in the description, and go to our website to read the entire blog and be able to get the diagrams. Okay, that is all an inside investor should do. In a nutshell, according to Master Investor, it is as simple as it gets. This is the reason why receiving a raise shouldn't be invested in a 401k or used as an excuse to save money by living below one's means. Rather, they should pay themselves first and invest that money in cash flowing assets and as much financial education. In short, convert your earned income into passive income. The easiest way to do this is to make our investment cost an expense and to make it our most important expense. You can see another diagram where we have wealthy people. We have an income statement on the right side, and it says buy assets first and pay taxes after, if any. So you have the income column, and then you have the expense column. In the expense column, one of our priority expenses are acquiring assets. Or we put money into an asset before we put it anywhere else. So get your mindset into the mode of investing in assets that produce passive income, right? Otherwise, it's not an asset. If it's not producing passive income, it's a liability. And then pay taxes, if any, because since you're investing for passive income, you can minimize taxes all the way to zero. But remember, you need to get your team together. You need to get a CPA. You need to get a business attorney that speaks the language of the wealthy so that you can minimize and use the laws for the wealthy or for anybody, really, right? But the wealthy takes advantage of those laws because we're the ones that are providing jobs. We're the ones that are investing on assets, and we are providing services and products in the marketplace with systems, okay? And then we have acquired liabilities. So there are three things that you'll see in the expense column in there. You have number one, acquire assets. Number two, pay taxes, if any. And number three, acquire liabilities, right? So there's nothing wrong with liabilities as long as you have an asset that will cover for the payment of that liability, because liability takes money out of your pocket. So if you want to have a luxury of some kind, whether there's a car, whether there's a mansion, whether there's anything, a private jet, you want to have an asset that's making those payments every single month of that liability before you even think about acquiring the liability, okay? Wealthy people buy or acquire assets first before tax dollars and pay zero in taxes on many occasions. Then we acquire liabilities by having the assets pay for the expenses of liabilities. All is done legally using the laws of the tax code and corporate law. And then we have the other picture with the diagram with the poor and 90% of the people, and it has the same income statement with the income column, and we have expenses. In that, you'll find that poor people and 90% of the population pay taxes first, right? Because they're working for earned income, and then maybe buy assets after. Okay, they usually have priority number one is pay taxes. Priority number two, acquire liabilities. And then number three, maybe acquire assets. And usually they have no money left and they have no financial education because they're working hard at a job where they're investing the entire time working at a job. Therefore, they have no time to read financial education and apply that education into their real life. So usually they have no assets in their asset column, and most people try to buy assets with after dollars. Many times it is not enough to afford any assets after everything is paid, including the liabilities. And remember that the job number one of an entrepreneur is to raise capital. So as an entrepreneur and inside investor, we like to go to a bank and use their money. So like if you have the right mindset, if you have the team, you have the opportunity, money will find you. And you'll find out that's one of the basic rules of investing too that we have in our package here today. Basic rule of investing number 4, savers are losers. According to popular belief, saving money is not the key to achieving financial freedom and independence. Savers are in really losers. They the ones that invest their money in low interest accounts in the assumption that it will magically increase to provide them with their entire lifestyle by the time they retire. That is both ineffective and poor financial advice. Saving money has little value in a society where practically everything is designed to steal it. The odds are against you, from inflation to taxes to hiding costs in your 401k, which are fake assets. Instead, today's winners are the spenders and debtors. Money is not backed up by anything like it used to be with gold. It is a form of a payment that is constantly changing, much like an electric current. Money is now moving from one industry to another. It dies if it stops moving, just like a current. If our money isn't moving, it is slowly withering and losing value. The wealthy are aware that we must monitor market activity and shift our money in accordance with it. This explains why the traders who executed the big short achieved a stunning profit. They observed the flow of money because they were paying attention. But more than that, they observed the assets it was occupying and realized their value was worthless. They were aware that they could shift their money ahead of the curve to where other people eventually would. The first always feast and the last always starves in the realm of money. Okay, so you want to have the financial education that you need and start investing for passive income and be ahead of the curve. With financial education, you'll be able to achieve that because majority of people, they have no financial education in them, and therefore they have no eyes for opportunities. Okay, and remember that even in down economies, a master investor will always cash flow. Okay, because there are investments in assets that will protect you from inflation in down economies. In other words, it will make you very wealthy in down economies. Okay, so invest in your financial education. Basic rule of investing number 5: the investor is the asset or the responsibility. Investing in the eyes of many is dangerous. Yeah. In actuality, the risky party is the investor. The asset or liability is the investor. We have seen investors lose money when everyone else is making it. In fact, because those are the places to find the true investing bargain, and inside investor loves to trail risky investors. So it's, remember basic rule of investing number 5, the investor is the asset or the liability. Okay. This implies that our understanding of finance can either be an asset or a problem. If we decide to invest heavily while having a low financial IQ, they will make a lot of blunders that high financial IQ investors will take advantage of. Put money into your financial education first if you want to transition from being a risky investor to a master investor. Start modest with your investments as part of your education because nothing beats real world experience. Learn from the failures and then make bigger and bigger investments. However, a big investment requires the same amount of energy as the small deal. So always think big. And the bigger the investment is, when you're raising money, the better, because the bank and the private investors will stop looking at you as an individual and will look at the investment itself. So I always encourage you to think big. Okay, if we're going to be thinking anyways, might as well think big. Okay, we can also develop our financial acumen by attending and reading daily investment knowledge like you're doing today. We specifically created an ebook, like I mentioned earlier, in digital course, How to Build Cash Flow with the Internet, Turn Passive Income On, to show you how to think and invest like a wealthy person. Basic rule of investing number 6: great deals attract money. Remember what I told you? Once you have the mindset, once you have the team, and you have an opportunity, money will find you, or you will find the money. Whenever we initially find a wonderful offer, we might initially be concerned about how to raise money. Keep in mind that our responsibility is to remain attentive to the chances before us and to be organized. Master investors advise, if we are ready, which entails having training and expertise, and we locate a good bargain, the money will find us, or we will find the money. The point made by Master Investor is that getting the money was the simple part. Finding a wonderful bargain that attracted the money was the challenging part, which is why so many people are willing to invest in a master investor. Other people's money, or OPM, is what this is, and it is worth learning more about how to raise capital by using good debt. Basic rule of investing number 7: learn to evaluate risk and reward. To succeed as an inside investor, we must develop the ability to weigh risk and return. A person opening a hamburger restaurant stands is an example. Would that be a wise investment if you had a person with a $25,000 budget and a businessman and a business plan for a burger stand? The answer is no. There's too much risk for not enough payoff. Pretty nice, but what if we told you that this person has spent the last 15 years working for a significant burger chain, has served as vice president of every significant department, and is prepared to go out on his own and establish a global burger chain? What if you could purchase 5% of the business for just $25,000? Would you be interested in that? Sure. Yes, because there is a greater payout for a given level of risk. You see the difference? So it's all about having the plan, having the opportunity, having the team around you, and of course having your financial education right so that money can find you. Okay. The one example is the person didn't have any experience and it was just too risky. The second example, you have the person who is opening and building a global burger chain because he has the expertise, he has the knowledge, and he has a team around him, and he's selling 5% of the company. Okay, so that brings in confidence for the investors and the banks, so they're willing to pay for the $25,000. It takes a lifetime commitment to investing in financial education to learn and master the laws of investing. Yeah, these fundamentals will get you going. It is up to us whether we become a master investor or just an average investor. Remember what I told you? You have an investor inside of you. It's up to you now what you do with it, whether you become a master investor or you stay an average investor. Keep in mind that the rest of your life you will be dealing with money. So it's your choice to make whether you want to live a life above your means or below your means. Get our ebook, The 10 New Rules of Money and How to Build Cash Flow with the Internet, Turn Passive Income On. I hope that you enjoy the 7 basic rules for investing that I talked about today. I'm sure it's going to help you tremendously. You can find our product services. If you're wanting to find a real estate deal, we can also help you with that. We have a whole team behind the scenes that, we are investing in real estate. We'll also help other people find the deals. And if you need a business plan, if you need invest in something and you want to run it through our department, let us know. We have live consultations. We're here to help you build passive income. Our mission is to elevate the financial well-being of humanity through high-quality financial education made simple to build passive income and true wealth. Okay? And let me know if you have any questions, and you can see the blog on our website, and you can get the ebooks straight from our website. You'll have a virtual office that you can access the ebooks, download them, and you will have additional bonuses that will come with those ebooks inside the digital courses. However, if you like to read your ebooks in your Kindle app, then you're welcome to go to Amazon and find those ebooks in there. How to Build Cash Flow with the Internet, Turn Passive Income On by Master Investor, and the 10 New Rules of Money by Master Investor, and we have a new ebook coming out this month. So stay tuned, and thank you for watching again, bringing you the good and bad news of money, the business principles that work in all economies. Remember, today money is created with debt. That's why debt is tax-free. So become a good debtor. Be comfortable by borrowing money and investing that for passive income. If you truly want to become wealthy, you gotta leverage debt, okay? and learn how to minimize taxes all the way to zero and be a tax-free entity. Follow us on all platforms at Master Investor. Thank you for watching, and I will see you on the next broadcast. Bye for now. Hello, welcome to another live stream on Master Investor Company. Glad to be here again with another valuable video on financial education. Today's topic is going to be what is the key of being wealthy? If you're new to our community, make sure you hit that subscribe button. If you're hearing us on our podcast, make sure you follow us and also share this content with other people if you have learned something by the end. All right, because the more people we help, the more people we empower, the more we should receive. So it's all about being generous and practicing the business principles that work in all economies. Also, I want to invite you to our website, MASTERINVESTOR.education, to learn more about our company. We're more than an investment management company. Our mission is to elevate the financial well-being of humanity through high quality financial education made simple with lucrative opportunities to build passive income and true wealth. Okay, today is an amazing topic because we're going to be speaking about the choices that we have every single day in our lives to become wealthy. Okay, majority of people spend their entire life working hard for earned income. They forget about what they truly want, which is total freedom. And even though freedom is all about being free, it has its price. The question is, are you willing to pay the price? So before I dive into the blog that we published yesterday, you can find it on our website. We have free resources that you can utilize today to start building passive income. So when you go to our website, you can also find courses, and if you need a live consultation, we have that available too, so that we can help you get going with your passive income and start focusing on what you need to do in order to build your asset column. Because by the end of this video, you're going to learn that number one, it starts with the choice of becoming wealthy. It's up to you how you want to be in the future, how well you will do with money. Okay, and are you willing to focus and commit and sacrifice the time to learn what you need to master in order to start building passive income? Right, so it really doesn't take money to make passive income, because if you have the right idea with the right team and you have the right systems behind, money will find you. That's why when people say they need money to make money, I cringe, because I understand that maybe they don't have the financial education necessary to create and attract money. You gotta become a magnet of money, okay? And the way we do that is by, number one, studying and educating yourself financially, okay? And then becoming more valuable to other people. Every time you enter a room, every time you're having a conversation, make sure that you are providing value, you are listening, and you're finding out what the person needs or the entity needs, and we gotta fulfill that need with a solution, all right? So, but the job number one of an entrepreneur is to raise capital, as we talk about it all the time, right? So you gotta learn how to raise capital from the front end. If you're launching a business, you got to bring in customers, okay, through systems, using marketing, and also the back end, raising capital, going to the investors, going to the banks, because they're in the business of lending money. They have excess of cash flow, and they are looking for people that know what they're doing in regards to business, and they have a good idea with a good team, so they can put their money to work and multiply. So those people have excess of cash flow, therefore they're putting their money to work. That's why rule number one of our company here at Master Investor is that we work to build passive income and make money work hard for us. Because once you have excess of cash flow, now you need to start moving that capital to other places where it's going to grow. Okay, and those other places are assets that produce passive income, right? And there are 5 different asset classes. We're going to be talking about that later on another video. Today, we're going to tell you and explain what it takes for you to become wealthy. And it starts with a choice. So let's dive into our blog. You can find this article that we published yesterday on our website. I'm going to start right now. We all long for the freedom to choose. The problem with having unlimited options is that we have to have excess of cash flow to be able to make the options a reality in our lives. That is why money is an important subject to study and master. It is a game that we will be playing for the rest of our lives, which means that we will need money in order to live and thrive. This is why throughout history, people have fought for and given their lives to the cause of freedom. This is why families will leave everything to immigrate from an oppressive country to a free one, like the United States. We live in a capitalist country, and that's a beautiful thing because we have something very special in this country. And now it has become available worldwide because the internet and our technology that we have today is almost like we are a big country, it's a global economy. There are no borders. We can sell things worldwide, okay? So we have a great opportunity in our hands once you make the choice to become wealthy. This is why we celebrate great men like Martin Luther King Jr. and Gandhi. If you live in the United States and you know that the American dream is more vivid than ever due to the technology growth around the world. In fact, today we can see a world without borders and a global economy due to the internet. We live in the best times of history where getting wealthy is an option for everyone around the world, more than any time before in history. But like most freedoms, choice can be a double-edged sword. When we are free to choose, we can make both good decisions and bad ones. Often, what separates the wealthy from the poor is the choices that they make. Financially, we have the power to choose our future, to be wealthy, poor, or middle class. Our spending habits reflect who we are and what we value. Poor people have poor spending habits. Wealthy people have wealthy spending habits. Poor people choose to be poor. Wealthy people choose to be wealthy. It may sound harsh, but in my experience, it is overwhelmingly true. If you want to be wealthy, it is important that you understand the power of choice and know how to make good financial decisions and choices. Life is a game where we can either make good choices or bad choices. I find that daily reading and applying the knowledge into one's life, it is an advantage to do better in life overall. A question we should all ask ourselves before we take on a decision is the following. Does this decision has the best interest for me now and for my future? If the answer is not, then it is best to find a better action to do and leave that one alone. Self-discipline is all about being more self-loving, making great decisions, is a skill we can all develop by thinking in the best interest of us and humanity. And never do something that you will regret tomorrow. Always think ahead, and as you go through life, you will have a great intuition that will tell you whether a choice will be in your best interest or not. That's why it's important to be in tune with your body and your mind and your spirit, be aligned with your purpose in life, because we all have an intuition, and that intuition somehow knows what we truly want for ourselves, for others, and also it protects us from danger. So you want to be listening to your intuition, and the way to do that is to develop yourself through self-development, understanding what it takes to make great decisions, thinking before you act, listening to your intuition when it tells you not to do something, etc. Very important to have that aligned, okay? Choose to be rich every day. I want you to start thinking like the wealthy do and act like the wealthy. Most people are wealthy by choice. We choose to invest in assets and not waste our money on liabilities. At least if you don't have any assets, you should be acquiring liabilities. There's nothing wrong with having expenses and liabilities as long as you have assets that take care of the payment of those expenses and liabilities. You must know the difference between an asset and a liability. We wrote a blog about that. You can find it. I put the link inside of this blog. You go to our website, you'll be able to track back to that other blog and understand the difference between an asset and liability, which that makes the difference between a wealthy and a poor person, because usually a poor person doesn't know the difference. That's why they acquire liabilities over liabilities, and they never understand that the money game, in order to win that game, you need to acquire assets. In order to have total freedom, you need to have assets that produce passive income. Eventually, you have excess of cash flow where you can make choices at will. You can bring your dreams and your ideas into reality, okay? Because it takes money to do just about everything. Thanks to our mentors and coaches, I choose to be wealthy. As a young boy, I knew all I had to do was learn to acquire assets. Most people choose to be poor. Learning how to make the decisions that will help them be rich is too much of a hassle. So instead, they will say things like they're not interested in money, they don't have to worry because they're still young, they will never be rich, their spouse handles all their finances, etc. You have heard them all, and remember that life and death is in the tongue. Learn how to control your tongue, learn how to manifest and speak greatly things of your future so that you can attract the experiences, the people, and opportunities into your life. This way of thinking robs you of two important things, right? The way that I explained about people talking, they will never be rich, etc. Right? Time and learning, your most important assets. Those are the two things that that type of language will rob you from, right? Your time and learning. If you speak like that, you close your mind, you're gonna be now wasting your time working hard for earn income, okay? Your entire life. There are people that that's all they do. If you visit places like Walmart or any other place out there, you can see there are older people working past the age of 80. And you'll be asking yourself why that person needs to work, because they never learn how to live without a paycheck. They never focus on the passive income, okay? So it's okay if you love your job. There's nothing wrong with being an employee or self-employed, but you need to start also building passive income, because when time comes that you would like to retire and maybe you don't have any pension coming in, how are you going to live past the age of retirement, right? And so you need to think about that and start building passive income so that you can compensate when you're ready to retire. This way of thinking, like I said, robs the person. If you speak badly about yourself or your future, you think negatively, that will just close your mind. So avoid doing that. If you want to be rich, you must stop having excuses and start having a new mindset. You must make the choice every day to invest your time into learning about money and how it works. You must choose to find great deals and assets. You must be wealthy by choice. It does not happen by accident. I choose to be rich and wealthy, and I exercise my power of choice each and every day. The game of money and wealth begins by acquiring the first cash flowing asset. This asset can be anything that produces passive income. It could be a digital or a physical asset. The important thing is that it solves a problem in a manner that is autopilot. In other words, you have a system of systems doing the selling and telling for you, and you control that, or your company controls that system. You're not going to be working in the system, you're going to be working on the system, which is a big difference. Okay. The power of choice in the brain. I often observe that people generally say one thing but do another. I was curious as to why this was the case. So over the years, I have done a lot of research on the brain. For instance, I might ask a person, do you want to be wealthy? The response might be yes, but instead of doing what is required to become rich, they will often do things that instead makes them poor, not wealthier, like only accumulating liabilities that takes their earned income away every month. Then they have to work harder for earned income to keep up with the liabilities. An example of this would be a man who has an investment opportunity with a great potential for return on investment and instead saves his money and passes on the investment for many reasons, due to the lack of financial education. Because remember, the more financial education you have, you can minimize risk. You can tell whether an investment is a sound or a bad investment, and you're going to have the courage to make the decision to do it whenever is the right investment. Okay. They fell on the rule number one of a master investor, which is to acquire passive income and make capital work hard. Another example would be a woman who has a growing business that requires her to quit her job. So you start a side hustle, and now it will require you to do it full time to take it to the next level, to go to the next level. But instead, she closes her business and stays as an employee. These are decisions ruled by fear, which is what often rules our brains. What I have discovered is that those who are wealthy often have the power to control their brain, thoughts, actions, emotions to exercise a higher level of the power of choice. To understand it is helpful to understand how the three basic parts of the brain works. I'm going to explain them to you briefly. The left brain. This part of your brain is generally access for reading, writing, speaking, and logic. It is the kids who do well in school that are left brain. A left brain people excel as such professions as writer, scientist, lawyer, accountant, and school teacher. The right brain. This part of your brain is generally access for pictures, art, music, and other things associated with creativity and imagination. Right brain the people don't always excel in school because they don't thrive in rigid environments. Designers, architects, musicians, and other creative are generally dominated by right brain thinking. Now, the subconscious brain. The subconscious brain includes the old brain, often called the primitive brain, and is most like an animal's brain. Because of this, it is the most powerful part of our brain and often the part that controls us. The subconscious brain doesn't think, it reacts, it fights, flees, or freezes. The subconscious brain also involves our intrapersonal intelligence, how we relate to others in a given situation. Because of this, interpersonal intelligence is the biggest factor in whether or not you will be successful or a failure in life, love, health, and money. The power of choice in the subconscious. Can you control the subconscious? The short answer is yes. Those with a high intrapersonal intelligence have the ability to control the subconscious brain's desire to fight, flee, or freeze. Having the intelligence required to choose the appropriate subconscious response to a given situation. This means that if they are angry, they can remain calm. If they are afraid, they can confront and overcome their fear. Most people don't have the ability to control their subconscious, and most people are ruled by the fear that lives in their subconscious. If you want to be wealthy, learning to control the subconscious mind before thinking and making decisions is vital because it will help you make great decisions. And remember what I talked about your intuition? How do you grow it? Self-development. The more you read, the more you practice communication, the more you invest in your knowledge, the more abilities you will have in order to control your subconscious mind. The power of choice in accepting new ideas. Many people choose to follow the same old rules of money when it comes to money. Go to school, get a job, buy a house, save money, and invest in a balanced capital gain aka portfolio of stocks, bonds, and mutual funds. The problem is that those are not longer valid. Not only that, following them will make you poor. One of the keys to growing as a person and overcoming the subconscious is found in neuroplasticity. Simply put, neuroplasticity is the ability of the brain to change both structurally as a result of learning. The only way this can happen is if you are open minded to new information. When it comes to literally growing your brain, the first step is to open your mind. This is why children grow at such amazing rate mentally. They have no form, rigid ideas. They are fully open to the world and its possibilities. If you want to be rich, you must, in some ways, become like a child again and be open to new ideas. Choosing to be open minded is the first step to choosing to be wealthy. This means not following the conventional wisdom about money and instead thinking for yourself. There are many intelligent people who argue and defend when a new idea clashes with the way they think. Their intelligence is really arrogance. A truly intelligent person welcomes new ideas. The wealthy choose to listen and learn when presented with new ideas. This is why the wealthy are some of the most humble people we know. And remember, we're not greedy because the reason we are wealthy is because we are generous. Remember what I said at the beginning of the video? It's all about becoming more generous, learn to give more on the under promise and over deliver, right? And so we want to have our minds open to give to the world, give more to more people. How can I solve the problem of 1 million people with a solution, a product, something that I create and put to sell on systems that do selling and telling for me, right? So the more people you can serve. So if you're a doctor, if you have a job today, then think about serving more people, not just the 20 patients that you're seeing. How can you create a medicine that cures a disease, for example, right? Or improves a problem in people's health, right? It's all about serving more people. The more you serve, the more wealthy you will become. Today, we can choose to be wealthy. For most people, fear of failure holds them back. Teachers use this fear of failure to motivate people in school. If you don't study hard, you won't get a good job. Bosses use it to motivate you to work hard. If you don't work long hours, you will be fired. For many, fear is a prison that holds them back from their potential. In order to build wealth, we must confront our fears head on. Be comfortable by being uncomfortable. Stand beyond the comfort zone because there is where we learn and grow. For example, an attorney who earned straight A's at Harvard is one of the smartest people. He wants to change, but he can't. He wants to do something new, but he's afraid of failing and not making enough money. He will say he has been an attorney for so long that he does not know what else to do. Who will pay him what he's making now? He's left brain dead and controlled by his subconscious brain. The problem for this attorney and for many people is that he primarily spends their time with people who think, act, and talk like them. Remember, business is all about learning and expanding your vocabulary. So if you want to become more wealthy, you gotta speak like the rich. You gotta talk our lingo. You gotta learn new words, and that's what we're doing here at Master Investor. We're helping you improve your financial IQ through high quality financial education, like you're listening right now. He can't stop thinking, acting, and talking like an employee because every person and environment he engages and reinforces the mindset of an employee in his subconscious. That is why if you want to become wealthy, you must expand your business vocabulary. Just like a doctor has their own lingo, the same for a wealthy person. We also have our own lingo that shapes our reality. In order for anyone to change their mindset, they must change their vocabulary and environment. The same is true for anyone who wishes to become wealthy. That's why it's vital that you begin reading articles like the ones that we're publishing on our website, reading our ebooks, enrolling in our digital courses, because it's going to give you a broader vocabulary regarding business and investing. If you want to be an entrepreneur, start hanging out with entrepreneurs. If you want to be an inside investor, aka master investor, start hanging out with master investors. As we change our environment, we will see our mind begin to change as well, and actions with results will follow. This is a choice, and it is not an easy one. The easy choice is to continue doing what you are already doing. The hard choice is to begin the process of changing your mindset, the process of choosing to be wealthy. This starts with increasing your financial intelligence through financial education, through books, seminars, and coaches. Through these endeavors, you will find people who will help you change your mindset. And as you change your mindset, you will find it easier and easier to control your subconscious and overcome your fear. I challenge you to choose to be wealthy today. Would you accept the challenge? Make sure you subscribe, check out our free financial education community here, read our ebook, How to Build Cash Flow with the Internet, Turn Passive Income On. We have a new ebook coming out this month. We also have another ebook that's called The 10 New Rules of Money. You can find free resources on our website. If you enjoy today's topic, what is the key of being wealthy, then let me know in the comment section. Also, if you have any questions, drop it below. I'm going to come back and answer those for you. Okay? You can also see how it looks when you buy our ebook. You have over 500 pages of financial education, and it's a step-by-step guide to helping you build passive income, how to take your existing business to the next level, how to acquire more assets. If you don't have any assets, this is a great ebook as well for you to obtain for your business library. Okay, it's good for an employee, for a business owner, for a self-employed, or an inside investor. And you'll have access to a virtual office that looks just like this if you're watching us on YouTube. So you have all the chapters, and it's cool with financial education that will help you understand what is money and everything that you need in order to start building passive income. Right? I hope that you enjoyed the video. I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you for watching and subscribing to our channel. Bye for now. Hello, welcome to another broadcast of Master Investor Company. Glad to be here again with another valuable video on financial education. Remember, today money is no longer real money. We can actually become wealthy with fake money, because money is not backed up by gold anymore. It became a currency after 1971 when President Nixon separated the gold standard from the US dollar. From that point forward, money was created with, and it is created with, debt. That's why debt is tax-free, and it's important to understand how to build wealth with debt, because you can minimize taxes all the way to zero. Today's topic is going to be called How to Start My First Business. I'm going to give you some valuable information that can help you get going with your first business and encourage you to start. Okay, whether you like the product, whether you like the company, or if you don't have time to build one, I'm going to give you some answers and solutions that you can use to embark on the beautiful journey to building a business, and of course building your passive income. Because at the end of the day, when we build a business, we are solving a problem in the marketplace, and in return, as a reward, we are going to receive passive income, okay? And ultimately, that will give us freedom. So an entrepreneur and a master investor, we do what we do to solve a problem in the marketplace and also achieve total freedom, okay? So make sure you go to our website, masterinvestor.education. If you're new to our community, you can find resources over there. You have a newsletter that you can sign up. It's free. And you can also, if you're listening to us through our podcast, then great. Make sure you subscribe so that when we upload a new podcast, you can hear it on the road or whenever you're on the go. Okay. You can also watch us on YouTube. We have plenty of content coming out every week that can literally change your finance. Okay, it's gonna help you understand the new rules of money. We're gonna give you the knowledge that you need in order to take massive action so that you start building your passive income. Whether you have a job or not, this information can literally change your life. It's going to help you now and in the future, okay? We're gonna give you the good and bad news of money. We're gonna provide to you the new rules of money so that you can play with the rich mindset and of course, play the money of game, the game of money, I should say, with the right rules, okay, so that you can win. Many people are investing, but they're losing money. So we're gonna show you how to minimize risk, how to calculate your rewards, and making sure that you're winning all the time, okay? Because you're preparing for any type of economy. We're not predicting the market because as a master investor, we understand it goes up and down. So with that being said, let's dive into our blog. We published an article today, so we're gonna give you the data within the article, which I think is very helpful if you've been thinking about starting a business this year, 2023. And of course, this will be good for many years to come. Okay, so if you're hearing this on a replay on a different year, then I'm pretty sure this will help you too. Okay, so starting a business, it is an adventure. We built the business because of the challenge, and business is created to solve a problem in the world. We built a business because it is exciting, it is challenging, and it will require everything we got to make it successful. The job number one of an entrepreneur is to raise capital from the front end, meaning that when we start a business, we want to bring in clients, right? We want to sell the product to the clients that really need the solution that we're offering. Okay, so that's raising capital from the front end. And from the back end is having a successful business that we can present to bankers and also private institutions and as much private investors that are looking for entrepreneurs that have a great business so that they can put their money to work. Okay, so raising capital from the back end. Okay, so that's the job number one of an entrepreneur. So we have to become comfortable by asking for capital the proper way. Is by presenting an opportunity to the investor or private banker or perhaps the client, presenting the opportunity of a solution and also presenting the opportunity of a great investment to those who want to put their money to work, okay? And the bank is in the business of lending money because today money is created with debt. So the bank, usually are looking for people that understand business, understand how to manage debt so that they can lend money, and therefore we are investing for passive income. There are two types of income a person can invest for. Number one, capital gains income. Number two, passive income. Okay, here at Master Investor, we focus to build passive income and make money work hard for us. And when we focus on passive income, we usually also get the opportunity to have capital gains income. But majority of people out there are investing for capital gains because it requires a higher level of financial education to invest for passive income. So majority of people do not have financial education in them, and they don't do anything about that. So they only focus and they only can get capital gains income if they get capital gains income, because a lot of times they lose their money, okay? Because they don't have the financial education that they need in order to protect themselves and their business and assets. Well, um, if they are investing in real assets, because a lot of people that call themselves investors in the marketplace online, you hear them talking all the time. There are videos everywhere, and they just want you to invest your money in the stock market, okay? So, anyone can do that. It doesn't take any education to buy stock, okay? And a lot of times you will find out that those people end up losing their money. So it's a fake asset. If you invest in a 401k, if you invest in a mutual fund, if you invest in a CD, in an ETF, all of those vehicles are fake assets because they're not putting any money, any passive income into your pocket. You're actually paying every single month. So it's a liability. Okay, when you look at your financial statement, then you will notice that that will be on the liability column because it's withdrawing and it's taking money out of your pocket every single month and it's flowing out of your financial statement. Okay, so it's very important to understand and know the difference between an asset and a liability. Majority of people call a liability what is really an asset and vice versa. So they have it confused because they don't have financial education. Okay, that's why we're here, because our mission is to elevate the financial well-being of humanity, right? So the skill number one of an entrepreneur is to sell without selling, using marketing and systems. Sometimes to start a business, we need to incorporate ourselves into a sales position for a company. We first need to learn the skills that are necessary to start the business that we want, not to build a career and find job security. In other words, it will be a great idea if you're starting out to find a company that has a sales position, okay, so that you can learn how to communicate, you learn how to overcome rejection and many other aspects of the sales process, and you can also learn about the business itself when you have a sales position. Okay, so work to learn, not necessarily to earn. Don't chase the money because it has a higher pay. Chase the skills that you're going to be learning behind the task that you're going to embark on. Okay, so if you never done sales, it will be a great opportunity for you to start right now with a sales position, because again, the number one skill of an entrepreneur is to sell without selling. The number one job is to raise capital. Okay, so I recommend to take a sales position that can teach sales skills, because I know that overcoming rejection will help in becoming an extraordinary entrepreneur and a very wealthy one. Not all entrepreneurs are wealthy, okay? Same thing with an investor, because we talk about business because investing is all about business. So if you're an extraordinary entrepreneur, then you are a master investor because you know how to build a successful business, and you also know how to acquire, of course, real assets or build them to produce passive income in any type of economy. We want to learn to overcome personal fears, and sales can make us better business people. We cannot buy wealth, we must earn wealth by understanding how to build and acquire sound assets that produce passive income today and tomorrow, even during bad economies. It can be a painful learning process, but one that sales has made me millions of dollars over the years. It is truly an investment when we work to learn wealthy people's skills and not earn a check. Okay? So keep your mind focused on acquiring great skills that will help your entrepreneurship career. Keep your day job if you have one and start a part-time business, okay? Because you need a roof over your head, you need to pay bills, etc. You don't want to, drastically quit your job tomorrow because you're looking at this video and you're saying, hey, I can build the business. Okay, majority of people fail to build a successful business. You need to have financial education so you can start as a part-time. The biggest mistake people make is that they work too hard for money. Do not be a slave to money. Be the master. In other words, maybe you need to find a job that will allow you to have, maybe you will get paid less, but you have more time so that you can start your part-time business or side hustle. Okay, a lot of people are working double shift, or they're working too many hours just to get an extra $300 on their paycheck. So they're working too hard for money.